And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, 45 out there, Odie.
It is a nice little nip in the air. It's not too bad. It's wet. And
Very
that makes
slick.
it a little worse. And it is slick. So be careful. Leave a little early. Get to work on time.
Slow down when you see those school buses. You'll begin
yeah.
to slide. If you don't, we don't want anything like that to happen today.
Nope.
And no more wrecks there at the split. Boy, that's becoming quite a everyday adventure.
Maybe we need to put some sandpaper out there or something.
Bigger signs. I don't know. But mostly it's people from out of town that don't know the area. Come around that curve, and then it's
on.
It's Talladega. That's our very own Talladega corner.
That's it.
So there you are. Welcome. We do hope you've had a good morning there. Overnight, as we mentioned before, if you read the post, we've had a burglary in Meridian. Oh, let's pull it up where everybody can take a look there, Odie. Here we go. Just a little after midnight, a person would break into, you guessed it, into dirt cheap. If you happened to be around the area and saw something that looked suspicious and someone riding a brand new white bicycle with a backpack with tags hanging off the back of their newly unpurchased backpack, call the Meridian Police Department. Tell them what you saw.
And nobody else saw anything else over there.
I don't think so. But pedaled off into the future they went.
I mean, they had
Now, if you
plenty of
will
time.
notice there, it was about a 2-week window we had after the federal boys came to Meridian. Everything kind of stopped.
Yeah,
All
slowed
bad guys
down.
were kind of like they were cracking their doors and looking out. They didn't step foot outside, but they're out now.
I think this was a user and a buyer, not a dealer. 'Cause, I think he's just wanting a rock. I mean, you go in there and you shop dirt cheap, okay,
Yeah.
and you get you a bicycle. You're just wanting something to trade for
Something else.
a day's worth.
There you go. That may be the answer to that. But that did happen overnight, so just everybody's up to par on all that. And this saddens my heart. And I know so many of you have seen this young lady. She's a nurse, 41 years old. She went in, if I remember right, for, what was it, gallstones
I
or
believe that's what it was.
kidney stones. She became septic. Before she got out of the hospital, they had amputated both feet and both their arms, and now they're saying they're going to have to take more of her arms off. God bless. She's 41. And this is a picture from Daily Mail of where her condition now, and we learned that they're going to have to do more. It totally makes you almost want to cry. Bless her heart. Can you imagine waking up from something like that thinking it was going to be a normal surgery? And if you think you're having a bad day, that shows you that there's somebody else in this world that's having a little bit worse than you do. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, that's terrible for them to have to deal with. And we just got a deal saying can't get you on YouTube this morning. We're on YouTube.
It's
so it's showing live.
You can go to ScottyRayReport.com. Also, pull it up there. There's video on that page. You can watch it through there if it's a little bit more simpler for you to do that. Takes you right directly to it every day. Are we ready for the Super Bowl this coming weekend, right? Yeah.
What is? Oh, that's that football thing.
Yeah, that's what they call it. It's actually called Taylor's Bowl is what they're naming it this year.
Well, boy, I'm ashamed to say that I had to sit through and watch some of that last night. We got back in from L.A. and it was on. Of course, Amy, she loves music and she knows music, so I'll sit through it with her because she sits through some of my junk. And I will give it to Taylor Swift.
People love her.
She got up there. People love her, and she got up there and she made a great speech. You know, she says, "I do this because this is what I love to do. Thank you for giving me this because this is what I love to do and would want to continue to do it." But now I didn't see Kelsey there hanging
He didn't
at
show.
her table rooting.
And at no point did she bring him up from what I've read this morning.
She didn't. She never said a word. Now, I don't think she's ready for a new song yet.
Well, she did say she's
plus
got a
the
new
Super
album
Bowl.
coming out. She's in love. It probably won't sell very well. Don't her heartbreak
maybe
songs
not.
work better
Oh,
for her?
yeah. But now she's not going nowhere till she watches
Is the
Super Bowl.
halftime Super Bowl entertainment going to be all of her exes?
All my exes.
There's been a heap of them.
Have songs.
What was that? John Mayer? What Mayer? What's his name? Wasn't he one of
John
them?
Mayer. Yeah, something like that.
I don't know anything he sings, but I've heard his name. So there you go. New York Police Department. If you'll remember, the mayor there said it was going to be the next best thing. These little RoboCops cost $12,500 each, and they would replace cops. We learned this morning that is over. These little dudes just can't exactly do the work of what a police officer does.
So how did he escape you? He run up a stair.
You couldn't go up. Technology is good in a lot of ways, but it cannot replace. Cameras are wonderful, tag readers are wonderful, and it does assist cops, but that human touch cannot be replaced. Always remember that.
Drones can't arrest people. Robots
They can't get there before
can't
the cops.
apprehend them. No. So, yeah.
Y'all,
We don't have a drone that flies around for 12 hours before the battery needs to be replaced, and you've got somebody sitting in one spot that's
usually,
flying.
and correct me if I'm wrong, a battery lasts an hour, something like that at most.
At the very most
40,
Now,
30 minutes.
Ours will last about 45 minutes, depending on what features you use, the wind, how much.
So
the
you would
birds
need
got a strain.
multiple. You would need multiple ones going back and forth at a cost of $30,000 to $50,000 each to keep them.
Well, so our drone was right at 20,000, and it came with 8 batteries. Now the drone uses 2,
Okay.
so you've got 4 or you've got 6 sitting over here charged. You got 3 flights, and as that goes out and about, you're looking at 45 to 50 minutes. You bring it back, you can do a hot swap, send it right back up. And so you can keep the bird going. You do have to land, replace batteries, and back up in the air, but you've got to bring it back. There's 4 minutes that you just lost.
Yeah. So you would have to have an extra drone to never lose footage
So
in between.
so that's why we got 2 drones.
There you go.
so-
Bad guys beware.
One can be on top of the other one and relieve it while it comes back and gets fresh batteries.
There you go. So now you know about all that. It's interesting to watch how technology is really changing America. If you'll go back and watch what was it, Enemy of the State? Yeah, all that's true.
Well,
Don't think none of that was made up.
Didn't we have RoboCop?
We did. I didn't watch that one. It kind
I
of
watched
lost,
it.
lost my
The first
interest.
one. Now the second one got
Didn't
stupid.
one of those have Sylvester Stallone in it?
No, that was
Demolition.
Demolition Man.
Yeah. I didn't like that.
I didn't either. That's where. Never mind.
Yeah. He's just one of those that just didn't go well. Going back to the Super Bowl, what are the odds? Who is favored to win this?
Well,
Larry, do you know?
I think it's Kansas City.
Kansas City is favored?
I hope.
Have you bet a
That's who I'm
meal
gonna
or
go
anything
for.
on this?
No,
You hadn't gone into an office pool?
that's so funny.
I figured you and the Chief were in a big one there.
Oh man, no, I think it may be Kansas City. It may be. It may not be. I don't know. But I like Kansas City to win.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That's me too, because I'm a big Mahomes fan. I ain't real big on Kelsey. I mean, he's good, but now I like Mahomes. That cat can play.
Any word if the Dallas Cowboys are going to pass by just to see what it looks like in the Super Bowl?
Well,
They'll know.
Yeah.
they had bought some tickets so they could say they
That's
win.
about as much as they'll get.
Yeah, it is. The Cowboys, you just think ought to be that.
Yeah.
It's not, is it?
Man, they got all the tools they need.
And it just doesn't
Just
happen.
doesn't click. Just doesn't click.
Yeah.
That's a shame. We hate that. But again, I can't watch them there. Margie is going with the 49ers to win the Super Bowl, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that it's fun to have an office pool of who's going to do what's the score. It's fun to do that. So good luck with all of that. Don't forget to get your birthday in this morning. We're going to give away another coffee mug coming up this morning from Hyundai of Meridian. Somebody will win that. We'll put all the names in, pick a number, and somebody gets a coffee mug today.
Yeah, I mean, now that's birthdays, that's anniversaries.
Yeah.
So, and now if you had one yesterday, let us know.
Throw it in the pot.
Celebrate it with you.
All right. On the way, we're going to find out what's going on in Marion. It's a lot. It's the talk of the town. We'll be right back as we'll join the mayor. He's going to fill us in what's going on up there.
When you gear up and journey out, with nothing but you and the wilderness for miles, just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs.
Still available in Meridian at Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power. 71 Highway 19 North behind Waters International. Is it time for a new couch? Visit Southern Accents Boutique in downtown Maryan. Maybe it's a couch you're looking for, a couple of chairs, or maybe just a piece of furniture. A large selection of E. Newton has just arrived if you're looking for a bracelet. They come in all shapes and sizes. Or maybe it's just a happy you're looking for, like the Nest candles. A Kendra Scott necklace is on everybody's list this year. And if you need a little help picking out something for Valentine's Day, let the professionals help you at Southern Accents Boutique, downtown Maryan on Dale Drive.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and we'll tell you all about I guess there's no other way to word it other than use the term violence. It happened a lot this weekend. I was on several scenes that went down, and we'll tell you all of those details here in just a few moments. As we said, our special guest, as we cut across here, is the mayor of Marion. What in the world is going on?
Man, good morning. Good morning. I'm excited to be here. It feels
Now,
good.
there's rumor of a store coming.
Man,
is there truth to this?
We are working hard with some people to get what the people have asked for. When I knocked on doors, people were adamant that, Marion needs a grocery store. Marion needs a grocery store. So we are in the process of that, and we're getting closer and closer every day.
So the construction's kind of already began, hasn't it?
Well, they started doing some surveying, and so people do see stakes out and things like that.
That's what's up with that.
Yep, that's what's going on.
I'm proud for y'all. So much has gone on there.
Well, I mean, he's done so much, and we've sat down and we've talked, and I told him, I said, Mayor, number one, I hate to see you do so much because the doors have opened up. He is going to go anywhere he wants to go, and right now is not the time we need to lose him.
Nope, doing a lot for Meridian.
It's not going to be long. We're going to see him on the ticket for governor, and he's going to have our support. But definitely, Mayor, working with you on some things has been an honor and been great, and seeing that the drive you have for Maryan is just top notch and unbeatable.
So behind the scenes, what's going on in Marion here lately?
There's so much going on. They keep me running, and we're proud of it though. We talked about the two main things that we can control is energy and effort. Okay,
right.
And so those are the things that we got to control. We've done so much. We've got another paving plan for this year, so we're working on that right now. We're working on a new town hall.
I didn't know that.
That's a pretty big deal.
No, where will it go? Where y'all looking at?
On the existing property that the town hall is in now.
In between there and where Rocky's place is behind you.
Well, it's actually going back towards Meridian, so
it'll go south
side of the property. Correct.
Well, that sounds great.
So we're working on that, working hard on that every day. And y'all mentioned earlier about a park and things like that. And so we're working on grants and some things for some sidewalks. And
a park would be nice there in Marion.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's long overdue. I did not realize how many kids live in Marion.
It's a lot.
I really didn't. I was falling behind the school bus one day, and I said, I'm going to count how many kids get off at this stop. It was 33 kids at one of the apartment complexes. And I was like, well, that's just one apartment complex. They got 4 or 5 more to go to.
Right.
And so it's a lot of kids around here. We got, and y'all know how big I am on the youth. I mean, they're the future, bottom line of it. And so we want to do what we can do to make sure that they're in position to do good and stay out of trouble. We got to keep them out of trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
So idle minds, they do crazy things. And so we want to give them something to do. Basketball court, something that they don't have to. I want to make Marion the place where if you leave Marion to go do anything, it's by choice.
Right.
So that's what we want to get to.
Well, you know, I keep up with crime just a little bit, and it is very seldom anything really goes on there other than a car that's broke down on the side of the road, and I've got to figure out who walked off from the car. For the most part, you know, it is a very calm, nice little town that everybody knows everyone.
Right.
Great Christmas party. I tell you what, we have more fun at that Christmas.
They've got police officers in Marion. Did you know that?
That's what I hear.
Yeah. I mean, our police officers, that police force, they're
second to none.
I mean, they're all on top of it. They are good. I mean, I'm just honest with you. And it's not about the pay. It's not about any of that. We've given them 3 pay increases since I've been the mayor. Small pay increases, but I believe that's what we got to do.
Right.
But they are so dedicated. It is unbelievable. I mean, sometimes I'm thinking in my head, I wouldn't do that.
Right.
And they're like, well, you know, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. They go above and beyond. I mean, from sitting with a lady until her son gets there, and
there's a lot of that goes on that people just really don't know.
Oh my goodness!
Well, you got the toy drive. That Chief Davis puts on. The kids that you supply book bags and paper and pencils and all that to get ready for school. When y'all do something in Marion, y'all don't do it for just a few people.
Oh no.
Y'all push it out, and I've took stuff over there to Chiefs and the whole. That's why y'all are building a new town hall, because there's no more room for the stuff that goes in over there.
Are y'all gonna give the current town hall over to the city, to the police department, because they really need a building?
Yeah. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make a building that's compatible for both of them. Because right now, people don't realize, but we do have issues in Marion, and one of them is that the police department and all the ladies that work at town hall and the water department are in that same building.
Not good.
It's not good at all. Has been situations where the officers have arrested somebody and they're in there with the ladies waiting to go to the county, and that makes
it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. We have 5 ladies that work in there, and I mean, you got 5 ladies and only 3 officers. And you got me, you got the police department.
It's full, isn't it?
It's a full house. It's a full house. So we got to do better by them. And you got to take care of people that take care of you, and they take care of the people in the town of Marion. So we got to do what we got to do.
Now, I was a kid, and y'all have to correct me here. I was a kid. What year was that building built? I remember seeing it go up when I was a little boy.
That was a long time ago.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Hush.
They weren't talking about me then.
But my, how things have grown and changed. The 4-lane, it's a great place to do. We got more coming up with Mayor Larry Gill. He's going to fill us in on a few things. Also going to talk about the program that's coming up tomorrow.
Big day tomorrow.
Yeah, even Jimmy Slay brought that up. Big event. We're going to talk about that here when we get back.
All right, we'll be right back.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want him where hometown pride drives excellence.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun & Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the back porch.
We welcome the Dollar General from Lauderdale this morning watching the show. We appreciate that.
Kathy from East Equipment. Look at there.
Appreciate each one of y'all. As we look at a few things that happened over the weekend, let's go to the 4300 block of Hooper Street. Now, you go, where is that? I've heard of it. I don't know. Well, let's just pull up a map here for you to see here. This is Highway 19 here coming up. This is 5th Street, and this would be up here, College Park. Right over here to the east, a home was shot with gunfire. It was struck. Now, no one was hurt with this, but it did happen nonetheless in the same area there. That's the 4300 block of Hooper Street. As we keep going here, we had another home struck with gunfire in Meridian over the weekend. As we pull this up for you to take a look, this will be the 3000 block of 36th Avenue. As we look at here, see the map there. No one was hit here either. Now, unfortunately, we'll have to say somebody was shot over the weekend. As we pull this up, they're telling me that this was a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Oh.
That's what I would have said, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just
with
accidentally...
another choice word.
Now, we never got a location, but we do know that the person was taken by private vehicle to the hospital, and we do know that it did happen within the city limits. That's as much as we've gotten as a report on this. So I wanted everybody to be aware of that. That happens from time to time. Now, another situation, and let me just, I don't have pictures. I've got a little bit of video. There's been 3 calls here in the last few days.
Yeah.
We had one, something went on. The second one, I got pictures of, they're going, why is there 11 police cars sitting here? Well, it was a false alarm. Somebody come in and caused some trouble. But nonetheless, and we had some real trouble there Saturday as we pull this up, as shots were fired. Let me pull this up. We can take a look here, and I'll talk a little bit on this. We'll start this. This is 8th Street. This is the Texaco here. Gunfire would break out. The building would be struck, and a car parked out front would also be struck with gunfire. Now, directly across the street, the car that was struck would leave. Police would go to both sides of this. It ended up being no one hit, but just the car struck with this. What caused it? We don't know. Was it an argument? Have no idea. We haven't gotten a report or any update from the Meridian Police Department on it, but nonetheless, we had gunfire there, and it paused everything there for a few moments. It was police everywhere. So that gives you an idea if you were driving down 8th Street this weekend and want to know what it was. Now, we got a lot more instances that went on. And speaking of this, a lot of this ties into this of what's going on in Maryan tomorrow, a thing called drugs. And it's a big, big meeting coming up about all of this. And Larry, tell us what y'all are doing.
So tomorrow, Chief is putting on the event to kind of make people and law enforcement really more aware of, the different type of narcotics that are out there and how to handle those different type of narcotics. The MBI is coming in and doing a seminar, and we have all the different agencies that are around in the area coming, and it's going to be a big deal in the morning at 10 o'clock at the Shriners building, at the Tomas Shriners building here in Maryan. It's a community type event. I know it's at 10 o'clock in the day, but the people that can make it, these drugs are killing people.
Oh, they are.
Bottom line of it. And we want to just do our part in making people aware, making people aware of what all it entails.
You just about have someone from each agency that will be represented there, and that it gives you a handle on this group of how they do.
Right. So yeah, you got multiple agencies going to be there. Colonel Maxwell with MBI is going to be there, and he's going to have a nice presentation. And you got a lot of people that are going to share their way of handling things. But when we're talking to people on the state level on how they handle things, we kind of all need to start trying to mirror each other and making sure that what works, what doesn't work, and all that good stuff. And I appreciate Chief Davis for thinking so much of this to host it. And most people have been affected some kind of way in their family by these drugs. I mean, whether it's way down the line or whatever, some kind of way people have been affected, and so it touches everybody. It just doesn't affect the person that is dealing with it. It affects everybody, and so
does this in any way? And I'll just ask it this way: for somebody, I can remember my mother was one of those. Oh no, that can't be. What are the? You're gonna have somebody talk about the signs.
Oh yeah.
When somebody starts going that way for you to go, hello.
Yep.
Something's not right here.
Warning signs. Different avenues of ways to deal with people. You know, when they're going through their what they're going through. Okay, so it's gonna be a lot of information. It's gonna be a whole lot of information, and I'm eager to learn myself. I mean, I'm gonna be in there listening just like everybody else, and hopefully I'll gain some knowledge to know how to deal with people in these type of situations.
And see, in my dealings with all this, I have learned one, and I may be different than everybody. I have. Now, after dealing with somebody that does this, I have zero tolerance with it. It does not shake me. This handle it before it gets out of control.
Right. This stuff right here, not only do they lie to family members.
Oh, yeah.
They lie to themselves, and they've told themselves a lie, and they believe it because they're not thinking right. And then they lie to us, and this drug has taken over.
Here's a good indication. Life. If you got somebody 40 living in your house telling you that they're going to get a job, and they're 40 and they still haven't moved out, there's a good chance you got an issue going on. Just saying.
Yeah, and that's Chief and Mary Gill and the whole town of Maryan. This isn't the first deal that they've put on.
Oh no.
About this. Every year at least something's going on.
Right.
But this is you said that everybody's affected. This is, in my opinion, worse than cancer. Every family's had to deal with cancer interrupting their family, and I believe there's more people who have their lives interrupted. Someone close to them that has to deal with opioids and fentanyl.
Mayor, who's going to be your main speaker on this?
It's going to be Stephen Maxwell from the Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics.
Now, I hear he's a great speaker.
Oh, he's a good.
I've heard he's a great one too. This will be my first time hearing him, and I'm eager. I'm telling you, I'm going to be at the edge of my seat. And I'm ready to hear.
Come on out and take part of this and grab a chair. There's plenty of that building is huge.
Oh yeah, plenty of space. I think. Chief has some refreshments, and so at 10 a.m. tomorrow, February 6th, come by and get some information. Learn how. Let's listen on how we can protect ourselves, protect our families from being in a devastated situation.
You're going to see more and more people moving their businesses and things to Maryan as we see the Shriners are there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that just so we heard that they're looking at. Kind of taking over Meridian.
Yeah, we joke about that all the time.
Because they need more land.
Man. Look, we're happy. We're happy here in the town of Maryan.
You don't need that.
I think we're fine. Okay.
You'll annex, go north.
Yeah, we're going up north 45. That's right.
More coming up with the mayor, Larry Gill, here with us this morning as we talk about Maryan and everything that is so positive going on in the community. It is so good to have somebody with us that has a positive note, and we have that here in Maryan, right here in our back door. Let's learn from it. Let's work together and get more accomplished.
And, anytime something happens, you notice that he's always informing the public what's going on.
It's
no matter what it is.
You don't hide, you get out.
Wait a minute, you said a big word there, Mayor. What was it?
Transparency. You got to have it. I mean, we're working for the people. That's the bottom line of it. And
people just want to know.
Yeah, people want to know. And people deserve to know when they elect you in a position, you work for them. Yeah. And you should treat it like that. Do everybody agree with Mayor Gill? No way. Impossible. But they know that Mayor Gill is going to give you the unadulterated truth. I'm going to give it to you.
And you said it right then. Sometimes you may not even know the answer, but you step up and go, this is what we know at this very moment. When I know more, I'll tell you. And it's important to be honest.
Yeah, but you just got to let people know the good. I always tell, that's what I tell them in the department head meetings that we have. Look, the good, the bad, the ugly, no matter what, give it to them. Give it to them hot and ready, and we'll make adjustments as we go. But people deserve to know what's going on in their community, what's going on in their backyard, and so we try to give it to them, and hopefully people respect that. Even if it's bad news, we give it to you, and we just deal with it, and that's how it should be. I think sometimes as elected officials and others, we make this too hard. I mean, we have nothing to hide. It is what it is. That's how I feel about it. I mean, things are gonna happen. You got to make the adjustment. It's 10% of what happens. It's 90% of what you do in response to it.
That's correct.
So things are gonna happen, and we take it in stride, and we keep moving. That's what it is.
More coming up as we'll go back in time in just a second. Take a quick brief look at history. That's all on the way as we have our very special guest this morning, Larry Gill. Y'all stay with us.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. I couldn't get my hand up. As we look back in time, I think it was Gone with the Wind, the line that I'll never forget. The Yankees is coming. That was a line that I'll never forget. As we look back to 1864, they were closing in on a little town called Vicksburg. So they just moved right on into Jackson, Mississippi, and, well, they took over. As they would close in on Vicksburg, and it would all be over about July there.
We got sound.
Yeah, we got sound.
All right. We got sound.
That's somebody that is probably just joining there at the beginning.
Yeah.
But, yep, there we go. As we look at this, also, do anybody remember
Wow.
Let me see if I can say the name right. A movie called, and they remade it, called The Poseidon Adventure.
That's right.
Did I say it correctly?
Yeah.
Red Buttons was in the original one. He was in a lot of movies. But, boy, what an actor he was. The Poseidon Adventure was that one about the ship that was sinking and went underground there. They saved the day, and they finally ended up getting off of it. That's a look back on that. 1922, and I know it's still in existence, the Reader's Digest. Anybody remember looking at that?
That's
started in 1922.
I didn't know that was reading material.
It sure was. It's been around a long, long time. So if you're a big fan of that, I always had like a little inspirational message in with that. And another one that I'm not even sure that exists anymore. Anybody remember a magazine or a book called The Guidepost? Y'all remember that? Real inspirational.
I thought you were talking about the grits there for a little while.
That's gone too, isn't it? Yeah. You used to deliver that on your...
Sure did for a nickel.
The average.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Anybody remember the song Wolverton Mountain? They say don't go.
Yeah.
1923, the guy that wrote that would be Claude King, made a big hit out of that. Actually, Kilgore wrote it, and he sang it there. But, boy, what a big song that was. Wolverton Mountain. Had a daughter up there.
Oh.
Took his chances to go see her because she was so pretty. I can tell Odie doesn't know the song there. I don't know if y'all... This was kind of controversial at the time when this come out. He was born on this day. His name was Hanson Cargill. He had a song called Skip a Rope. And it talked about, listen to what the children say, skip a rope. Told all the adventures of the kids there. That's who he was. Well, see, nobody else in the room seems to be impressed by that, so we will just move right on. Our studio audience has indicated they didn't care.
We didn't know about that, but you and Greg are probably the only two that remember it.
Oh, come on now. Somebody's bound to know that one. 1934, one of baseball's greatest would be born on today. And he was really good at what he done. Anybody remember a guy named Hank Aaron?
Yeah.
He was good. Atlanta Braves is where he played. Reuben says there's crickets chirping. I heard them myself.
Reuben, if you didn't know about that, that's because Reuben, there's nothing he doesn't know.
Skip a rope.
So, Robin says she remembers.
It was huge. Really, it was.
I remember this.
We go back to 1962. A girl named Jennifer Lee was born. Well, why does that sound familiar? Maybe, maybe not. But you will remember the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High. She was the girl, if you'll remember that was in that little sleazy guy went out with her with the greased back hair.
And then left her high and dry.
Sure did.
Yeah.
That was a funny show. I don't care who you are. We go back to 1969. He would be associated with Whitney. The two go together no matter what. And he's had a lot of issues, but boy, Bobby Brown, born on this day back in 1969. He looks nothing like that now.
No, he doesn't.
Not a thing like that. Okay, somebody else remembers Skipper Rope.
Yeah, I'm looking. There's about 4 or 5 of them on there.
What are we having, a convention in a telephone booth or something?
I reckon so.
The Skipper Rope convention.
Yeah, yeah.
1947. Anybody into NASCAR like that?
I was.
Yeah. A lot of people have left that sport also.
They've ruined it.
Everything is gone.
We're gonna have 4 races inside of this one.
Political racing.
I mean, hit the start button
and let's
and
go.
Race until the deadgum end. I hate this junk they've done.
1947, Daryl Walr was born. He won a bunch of races there, and as you can see, Tide at one point in time was one of his biggest sponsors. Yep, that was big time back in the day. Carl Yarber, that was big.
Yeah.
And the list goes on and on of greats that used to do this. I can remember, and I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and Debbie were in Nashville, and I was sitting in the number 2 guy's office of RCA Records of the entire company. And I see his face, I can't remember his name, and I said, and they were talking about Randy Travis, and I said, wait a minute. I said, who do you got that's coming up that you think is impressive? And he sat there a second, he leaned back in his chair, and he goes, I got this girl, and he said, she's recorded a song, and it's called 3 Chords and the Truth. And he goes, he said, deep down, I feel like she's going to be somebody. And well, he was right. As Sarah Evans would be born, 1971. She was a great artist. She married that guy that had those issues over in Birmingham, if y'all remember. Chirps, more crickets come in on this. Nobody remember.
Well, there's been an awful lot of
church
deals going on in Birmingham.
Birmingham. 1972, there's one on the way. What am I talking about? I hope there's no chirping on this one. Is Loretta Lynn had a number 1 song today. What was called One's on the Way. But here in Topeka. Yeah.
Now, I remember that
No,
song.
you don't. I can tell you.
Now, I can't sing it, but I remember it. I've heard it.
I'm pulling one for y'all here.
Mom and Daddy.
Now, out of all the cheating songs in the world, you have to rank them there. I see the Want To in Your Eye from Conway. You've never been this far before. Boom, boom, boom. But Vince Gill, what a voice he had. And he was like the speaker of the CMAs for years. He had a song, and boy, you want to talk about a song that paints a picture of a cheating situation. Pocket Full of Gold. Anybody remember that? It was released today, back in 1991. He slipped a ring off his finger.
He can strum a guitar too.
Patty Loveless would sing backup on that song, and if you've never heard it, go back and Google that today on YouTube. I promise you won't be upset over that one. That was a good one. I can remember as I first started in radio, I worked the overnight hours. I would hear things before anybody else did because it was where you tested songs to see if the audience liked it. I remember getting in an Alan Jackson song, and a guy from Atlanta, not far from Noonan, that was kind of down the road from Alan, named Travis Tritt, started out with Country Club. And his next song would be, if y'all remember this, Help Me Hold On. It would shoot to number 1 after this. It was released in February 5th of 90. Okay, he had bad hair. I agree with that.
He did, but now I like Travis Tritt. His son's, but he's not. He's not dad.
I'm a member of a country club. Had a bunch of them there. I swear, now this was a rock. Larry, you bound to know this because this was more of a, maybe it was a soul, maybe it was a rock and roll song. Who did I Swear first?
Man,
I swear by the moon and something. John Michael Montgomery would take it on the countryside to number 1, spent 4 weeks there. But somebody else big like R. Kelly or somebody did.
Well, I was born then, so I was born in '94. You're working your way up there,
man. You and Dylan Ray the same age.
You're working your way up there.
Let's see what else happened. Everybody knows this guy. As we remember, the name you don't know, Franklin Cover was his name, but he passed away today back in '06, and I can just see George Jefferson standing there at the coffin. You just picture that. Do y'all remember him? As we go back to the Jefferson, Tom from the Jefferson, and Helen was her name.
Tom and Helen,
Yep. It's hard to beat the neighbor, Mr. Bentley. And was it Tom the doorman that was always had his hand out?
No, that was Ralph.
Ralph.
I hear you.
And I don't know why this is. The only character on there that I never really warmed up to was George's mama, Mrs. J.
Mrs. J.
I just never, Wheezy and the rest of them, and I loved them to death.
Now, she was always throwing some smart antics at...
I know. You're just kind of blunt at Wheezy.
No, not... Well,
Florence?
at Wheezy, too, but at Florence. No, I think she was on Florence's side. She attacked Wheezy all the time.
That could be. Yeah. As we go back to 2020, we would lose another great actor that was out there, Kirk Douglas. Anybody remember him?
Yeah.
There he is with Ronnie Boy, as he passed away back in 2020. We would also, this next guy, everybody has probably been forced as a child to sit through this. It was awful.
Yes, it was.
Because we had 3 channels, and you had no choice but to watch it.
And it was long.
It was long and horrible singing. It was horrible. But he was in it, and he was also in the guy that played Superman. Anybody remember the movie Somewhere in Time? Christopher Reeve?
It rings a bell, but
Jane
I don't think
Seymour.
I watched it.
Great movie. But we will remember that Christopher Plummer, who was in The Sound of Music we were all forced to watch, passed away on this day back in 21. Telling you, that was rough, y'all. Kids nowadays just don't know what rough is. You think Lawrence Welk was bad? Watch that.
Oh, yeah, Lawrence Welk did go off after an hour.
It did. That just went on. At all.
Oh, that was tough.
I can still see her on that hill. It reminds me of that awful TV commercial of the hall. You know those cough drop things?
Ricola. Yeah.
About the same thing. Awful.
Oh, man.
We'll be right back. Mayor Larry Gill's not through yet. He's going to tell us some more great things that are going on in Marion. We'll be right back.
Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts is located in downtown Quitman, directly across the street from the post office. They are your one-stop shop for all your floral and gift-giving needs. Valentine's Day will be here before you know it. They have all of your goodies your sweetheart wants. Roses, mixed flower arrangements, plants, balloon bouquets, candy packs, stuffed animals, and much more. They also have chocolate-covered strawberries and apples. Don't be in the doghouse this Valentine's Day. Order early. Give Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts a call or visit them online at fantasycottage.org.
If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Your next appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, drop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers. A showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen, Amana, and delivery is available. With a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. and by appointment after hours and weekends. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. Our special guest this morning is the mayor of Marion. And I wanted to point this out. This is one of those places where accidents constantly happen. Chandler Road, Highway 19, where Walmart is, that next road up, there's constantly a little fender bender there, and we had it yesterday morning. Let me show you a bird's eye view of what went on there. As you'll see, one is bigger than the other, one lost.
And you see something else that usually happens when we have wrecks like this.
What's that?
Look at the ground.
No, it's wet.
Everything's wet.
Yep.
sliding, and it just happens. You can't stop as quick. We want y'all to be extra careful. Now, the rain's going to be burning off this morning through about 9 o'clock, and we'll get sunshine later. But the streets are going to be wet regardless throughout the day.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to continue on. Do you know, we had that little day in history.
Yeah. What'd you learn? That you don't like that song? That
well,
Skip a rope.
Well, I don't know if I like it or not. So, you know, West Lauderdale High School, or West Lauderdale School, had a combination of all your other Center Hill, Sucalina, Collinsville, Martin, all those schools came in and did West Lauderdale. Do you know what the first year that West Lauderdale opened up as a
60-something?
62.
Was it that? Oh, 62.
And the reason I know that is because I used my mathematical skills. And no, Miss Davis, I didn't use a calculator because Ruben put this out. So tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at Collinsville Community Club, the class of 1974, so this is where I got my math from. 1974 graduating class was the first class that started first grade and graduated.
Okay,
full all the way up. So
they're having to get together.
They're having a kickoff meeting. So don't know what kind of meeting it is or what they're wanting to kick off. Maybe something for homecoming. But anyway, if you are a class of 1974 West Lauderdale graduate, Collinsville Community Club tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Show up and participate with them.
I was 5 when y'all were doing all that. Hey, keep this in mind on the way to Jackson, Mississippi today. The highways and byways. There's a little bit of a traffic delay as the Dixie National is going to be this weekend as riders, this convoy of wagon trains and horses, make their way to the rodeo ground. So keep that in mind. A lot of these are 2-lane roads that they travel, and we don't want any accidents. Y'all be careful out there.
That's it. Wagons, horses, you name it.
What they used to say on that Western, wagons, ho? Is that what he said?
That's right. Sure was on wagon train.
Get them up, get them out.
Wagons, ho!
As we welcome back the mayor of Meridian, Mississippi. What else do y'all have going on that we may not know about? You've put together a bridge.
Yeah. Oh man. I want to thank everyone for their patience throughout that too. Even it went pretty quick, but I really do. It was something. It was never going to be a good time.
You know, there's a lot of people that don't like you now in other towns because of that. Because they think, well, Larry Gill built his bridge.
Yeah.
But now that's something
you've set the standard.
You had worked on for a while. This didn't just happen when y'all tore the bridge down.
Oh, it was a planning deal. I mean, we had to have a lot of stuff in place before. And look, it was going to happen regardless. But we were able to get the funding. From the state and through the county, and we had a planning meeting before, and it was just, you know, sometimes people go out and tear out bridges, just tear them out, and we
then order.
Then order, and we kind of reinvented the wheel on that deal. We didn't want the bridge to be closed until all the materials were in place, and that saved us a lot of headache.
And that's what I was joking about, where other people got upset with Larry, because he did do it in record time of putting a bridge back up. Everybody's going, well, how come my bridge ain't fixed? How come Larry can't handle my bridge?
It was just a matter of just some planning. You know, I always believe that, you know, prior planning prevents poor performance. So
there you go.
And if they would have tore it out when the bids were awarded, that would have been in last April. The bridge was completed in November, so that's how long it would have been out. It would have been torn out when the thing.
Let me ask something off the cuff here. You don't even know I'm going to ask this, but I felt I should. I know that you and Neil Henry do a lot together from Citizens National Bank there. You're involved in a program that helps kids at Meridian High School also.
Right.
And y'all do a lot, give scholarships and give them things to do to
give
keep
scholarships, got scholarships for teachers as well. So and teachers that need extra money to buy stuff for the classroom and all of that instead of coming out of their oown pocket.
And many times that happens.
Yeah, a lot of times that happens.
And we know that there's no teacher out there that is going to retire rich. So it's tough for them to do it.
Yep. So Neil is the leader of this group, and I'm just telling you, he puts in a lot of work to make sure that students and teachers have what they need to be successful.
That is.
What's the name of the program so we remember it when we hear it?
The Meridian Public School District Foundation of Excellence.
It's a long word, but it does do great.
Yeah,
so if you can ever help out with that, you'll be telling us more about it. What else you got over there?
So we did get the environmental approved for our water treatment facility. So that construction should start here in the near future. We're excited about that. Of course, we were awarded a $3.4 million grant from the Army Corps of Engineers, and we've had to go through the process. And that water treatment facility is going to help take the load off of our existing one. With the growth that's happened in Maryan, we need another facility to accommodate that growth.
Boy, that intersection you pulled up there lately, it's a lot of things going on there.
A lot of things going on. You got the pharmacy coming and
veterinary clinic.
You got the veterinary clinic that's there, and then you got so many other. I just got a text message about a laundromat a second ago.
Really?
That they signed a deal on that last week, and so it's a lot of different little things that are popping up. And this year is going to be a very, very good year for Maryan. I really believe that, and we're excited about it. And I'm just ready to help be a part of it. It's a lot of people, even with the thought of a grocery store, because I'm not saying it's a grocery store until I see it there.
I understand.
But even the thought of it and all the people that had to play a part in it, I've worked diligently to put the people at the table to say, look, how do we make this happen? How do we get this done? A lot of people, often I see communities automatically resort to taxpayers' dollars. We can do this, or we'll do this, we'll do that. But most of the time, being the mayor is just putting the people in the room that can get the deal done.
Right.
It's not. I don't have to do the deal. We got to put the people in the room to get the deal done. And so many things spiral from that. And so the conversations have been great. I got a meeting for lunch today about some of the things that we have going on, and some of them I'm keeping under wraps. But I'm just telling you, it's going to be an exciting year, and I'm hopeful that the people in Maryan will appreciate it, and we get to continue to move Maryan forward.
And as somebody brought up Eastgate Tower, man, I'm gonna tell you what, they don't get any better, finer folks than that.
Oh man!
Well, I hope you don't get mad at me and say, why'd you even bring this up? But so two little things, but one, the radar, and a couple people's asked about it, and we'll talk about it. It's coming online in a couple of weeks, but we'll talk about that radar in just a second, because Mayor was instrumental on getting that. But talking about the growth and what's coming into Maryan, and we've got this four-way stop, and there's been talk about changing that to a stoplight or a roundabout or different little things. So where we stand now with that four-way stop in the near future? What could we see taking place there?
So originally, what was supposed to happen is we were going to convert it. We had the votes to convert it to a roundabout within the bridge project. However, the bridge came back extremely higher than what we anticipated.
So it would have eaten up a lot of the budget.
So it would have eaten up a lot of budget. We still could have probably made it happen, but we had to get the priority out of the way first, and the priority was that bridge. And so we've kind of put the roundabout or any device at the four-way to help facilitate traffic there on the back burner. We're hopeful that something will come up in the future that'll help us pay for something there. I just truly believe in, this is why I'm going after federal and state dollars for our new town hall. I'm meeting with all these senators and all of our legislation as it relates to that, because I truly believe if you don't have to put the burden on the taxpayer, don't do it.
Right.
And so it was, that was kind of that situation. And so I'm going to try my best to find funds to improve our situation.
Because the money's out there.
Yeah, no doubt. You just got to have somebody that wants to work it, And most towns and cities have a lobbyist. Well, I'm the lobbyist in Maryan, okay? I'm the lobbyist.
What did you tell me? How many folks roll through that four-way stop
12,000.
That's a heap of folks. Isn't
That's a lot of people.
it? We're going to
That's
sell
a lot
snow
of people.
cones there or something.
That's a lot of
do
people.
something.
Yep, that's a lot of people. A lot of people go through that four-way. Marion is a good pass-through town at that intersection, and you go in all different directions. You know.
Do you remember before the four-way stop came?
No.
Oh, boy. I will never forget the first day they put it up. I come tootling through there from Scuba, Mississippi. And I was like, what was that? I ran it.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, it took me off guard. For years and years, you had to sit there to get across to the industrial park, and it was a long wait. And then after Lamar began operation there, that crowd got bigger and bigger and came for that four-way stop there to help out with some of that.
I want to, I see somebody respond about federal dollars. Federal dollars do come from the taxpayers, but it's not on your property tax.
Right.
Okay?
It doesn't
make your property tax go up, and that's what I mean when I say not putting the burden on the taxpayers, where you're paying us every year to pay for something that we could have got through federal grants or state grants.
And that's why I pointed that out. That money's already been taken out, and some city somewhere is going to get it.
Oh, no doubt.
It will be used, so why not?
Yeah, why not lobby for it? You know?
Yeah.
So make them tell you no. So I've been in a lot of rooms and a lot of conversations, and they know that I'm going to ask that question. So they're going to have to tell me no. We can't, all right. Well, I don't know. I've only been in office 2.5 years, and so I probably ask a lot of crazy questions, but we're going to find out the answer.
What is that about the squeaky wheel?
Yep.
What's that?
It's squeaky wheel.
That's how I approached him and said, Mayor, I said, look, I got a project and I need your help on. And he said, well, let's meet. So we went and sat down and talked, and I said, here's a project. I said, 0 tax dollars, but maybe we can get something out of this for you. And I sat down and pitched the idea of the radar. And he immediately said, let's take it to the board. We're taking this to the council.
And boy, this is really going to be a game changer for our area once this goes up.
Once it's live, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And like I said, I appreciate Odie for bringing us to the table on this. I mean, this is going to be a huge deal, and it's going to help. I love when it helps everybody.
It does. And a radar, no matter who you are, how you vote, it affects y'all.
Well, we couldn't have done it. This was private money. This was no tax money at all. This was private company money that did this. And it doesn't matter who, what, where, when, why, anything. This could not have took place. And this could not be almost at its fruition without the mayor.
Yeah, somebody said, Meridian has a mayor? Question mark. We'll be right back as we would continue this morning. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray. I have to say good morning to Officer Jennings, who is
Deputy.
with the law. Oh,
she's not an officer anymore.
That's right. It's deputy. I forgot they worded it that way.
Yeah.
But we need to show her picture because she was on cow patrol this weekend with the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. There she is.
Look, if you need a place to take that, we'll take it to Clark County because Harold needs a friend.
There you go. Cow out in the middle of the road, and they hurled it up. Y'all would just be shocked as to how much time deputies spend with cattle. It's a big operation here in Lauderdale County.
I'm sure it is.
Without a doubt. And I want to say this about Mary. Boy, if y'all hadn't dropped in for a hamburger, and been over to the Little Grill, that is like the premier hamburger.
No doubt. That's the spot there. That's the spot.
Yes, it is.
And it's not just a lunchtime. It don't matter when you go there, there's a line.
Oh, no doubt. That place is booming.
And well worth the wait. We want to say that.
No doubt.
Oh, it is.
So it's
good.
What if we left off of covering information about Maryan this morning? What hadn't we touched on that you wanted to bring up?
Well, I'm excited about where Maryan is, and we've accomplished a lot in the last 2.5 years. I mean, a lot. We've paved more roads than been paved in the last 10 years, and we're going to continue to work the job. People put us in this position, and we didn't take it for granted, and we're not taking it for granted, and we're just trying to help as much as we can while we're there. The election cycle will come up next year this time, and we'll be running for office again. We'll try it again, and if the good people elect us again, we're going to continue to work hard every day. And so we're just proud of where we are. And as always, if anybody needs us in Meridian, all you have to do is reach out. I mean, we're going to try our best to help you, especially, of course, if you live in Meridian. Everybody has my cell phone number at this point.
Right. It spread like wildfire, didn't it?
It did. It spread like wildfire, there's no doubt. And we just want to be there for people because that's the job. We love helping people, and it's not about anything. We don't care about being called the mayor. We don't care about none of that. We want to make sure that the people in Maryan have a place where they can live and raise a family that they're proud of, and that is the sincere feelings of this administration. Is going to be that until the day I leave office.
And again, let me put this back up. Tell us a little bit more about this, the times and everything that this will kick off tomorrow.
10 o'clock tomorrow morning. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning at the Hamasa Shrine Building. It's going to be a treat, and we're going to learn a lot, and we got to put up a fight against this. And so this is our way of starting it, and this is our way of doing it. And I think Colonel Maxwell will give a great presentation, and you'll be in for a treat if you decide to attend.
And if you're ever on North Hill Street and you happen to see Naked Man, make sure to give him Larry's number in case he ever needs a ride. I don't think he's got Larry's cell number.
Oh, man. Give Chief that number.
That's right.
Give
we'll
his number to Chief.
Larry, thank you, Mayor, for coming in this morning.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me, and I look forward to listening to y'all, and I appreciate what y'all do for the community.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
We got something to give away, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So we've got Jenny Rydell DiCamilio. I'm sorry, because I know I just messed that up. But happy 30th birthday. Noah Todd is 15 today. Mississippi witchy woman Julie had a happy birthday yesterday. And then Deborah Asmus' grandson, Indy, short for Indiana, is 14 years old today. So, out of our deal, let's see, we're going to number 3, Miss Witchy Woman Julie gets the mug today from Meridian Hyundai. So, go down there and tell them, say, hey, I won.
They'll fix you up there.
I don't know if you've got that on your driver's license or not, but
Witchy Woman. What was that song? She's just a witchy woman.
Yeah.
I remember that line.
You like rock and roll. You just don't know it.
I was hung in an elevator or two once or twice. We want to say thank y'all for letting us come into your homes, your business, your car, wherever you watch us from. We appreciate that, letting us do that. We try to tell you the exact way, the way it happened, and nothing but the truth. We'll be back again tomorrow.
Yeah, in 23 hours, and just like the mayor over here who's always planning for his community, plan for your life. And the way you plan for your life is to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. You'll have everlasting life. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Be safe out there. Until then, we love you.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.